Okay, and we are live here, coming to you from the CRL network. As always, in the booth, it's Three Flashes with Train and Storm. Once again, we got it rolling, and we are at Auto Club for the race tonight in the Cup Series, leaving the restrictor plate racing behind, ready for this 2 mile flat racetrack with quite a bit of drafting still going to be going on tonight, though. What are your guys' thoughts? You ready for it?
Oh yeah, man. But without a doubt, this is to me, this is like the fresh start of the season. Yeah, we had Daytona. That's the hype. That's the big hype of the season. But we get away, like you said, from the restrictor plate racing, and now we're here at the All Club. This is the start of where we see the different types of racing style from every driver. Every driver has a similar racing style at the plate tracks. Now we get to see the shakeup, who goes where, all different lines. Who's better at what type of tracks. We're going to start this auto club. We're going to go to short tracks, road courses throughout the season. So to me, this is where the season starts. Is auto club right here.
Yeah, man, this is a great track to come to. It's formerly known as California Motor Speedway, and it got changed to Auto Club Motor Speedway in 2008. But the locals, they always call it Fontana Motor Speedway. So my dad's from there, so I feel like I'm a local. I always call it Fontana. But so here at Fontana, it's going to be crazy. We got 14-degree banking in both turns, 11 on the front stretch, 3 on the back stretch. Man, turn 2 is going to be the place to watch. Exiting turn 2 is going to be the hot spot for this race.
And I have to follow in your footsteps right there with coming out of turn two. As you go down that long back stretch, it's going to be really bumpy. This trek is going to take a toll on these guys as they head down this long back stretch into turn three. I've watched for some dive bombs as we head into turn three and four, and watch for that exit coming off turn four. But you don't want to be too low because if you get on that apron, it could be game over for you here at Auto Club.
Yeah, and the reason why that turn 2 is so dangerous is like what you just said. When you come out of turn 2, you're going from 14-degree banking to 3-degree banking, and then right there, there's a big dip in the track. And you'll see these gyros will go down to this dip, and they'll come back up, and they'll get loose and start coming around. So that's what I'm looking for on my wrecks, is the exit of turn 2, and then in turn 3 and 4, like you said, if you go onto that apron, it will spin you around.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like we got a fourth one here in the booth. I was just seeing here. Cole, are you joining us in the booth tonight? I was trying to get a word from Party, but they were finishing up their qualifying efforts.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right. Yeah, just make sure everyone in here, we got all our audios included. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure we do. So, all right. Well, yep, it's going to be great tonight. Glad to have you as well. And now we're getting ready to go green here shortly for
So,
this
as we get
this
ready for
event.
tonight, I think we gotta go over our pre-race picks of the race. Leaving Daytona, uh, Flash, who's your pick for today?
Ooh, oh man. I I will go with I'm gonna go with Chevy Man on this one. I'm gonna go with him. I don't know if he's gonna win, but I'm just picking him and pulling for him.
Train, what about you, brother?
Darn it, Storm, you got me, man. I didn't expect this question until stage 3 when I can go, all right, that guy looks good. He's running my line, the lines that
Hey,
I like. And no,
we'll we'll do a
I
check-in.
gotta
How about
go.
that? We'll check
Yeah,
in
the good
What?
later
part
on.
is we'll see how good our picks are come stage
Yeah,
3.
Yeah.
yeah, we can change him, right? uh, right now,
Yeah,
I gotta go with my man, the conductor. He's given himself a new nickname, the conductor, Mr. J. Grant, Dr. J.
mm,
Grant. I'm excited to see him here because I think he's going to be running that interesting line towards the top to the bottom. I think he knows that there's a good run out there, so we're going to see what he does.
he showed some great speed and connection tests. That's a good pick.
He did. Cole, what about you, brother?
Well, tonight, Auto Club, still another 2 miler. Not nearly the banking that these guys are used to on the big tracks, but I'm going to go with it. Lightning strikes twice. Cowboy's going to get his back to back tonight.
God, you took my pick
Ooh.
away from me. God.
Of course he did. He taking
Of course,
picks
out
from
of all
everybody. Remember
people.
last race?
And threw a reference into lightning and all that too. A storm, man.
Out of anybody to
Damn.
pick, you had to go with him.
That's my man. I'm gonna ride with it till the wheels fall off that thing.
Well, now the question it goes to you, Storm. Who you picking?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna stick with my gut here. My second gut. Uh, One of the newbies, LA Fatality, man. He was good at Daytona. He showed some decent speed in connection. Um, I mean, he pulled it off at Daytona just about. Had a good run right there at the end, and had it taken away from him in some late race contact. So I think he's going to continue on some hot streak. But on top of a new guy, I do want to mention we do have a brand new racer to the league racing here tonight as a fill-in for Heathen, Master Mike. And I actually have experience with him from my league, and I think he could be one to watch. My pick was good last week with LA Fatality, and him being really new to the league. So I also got to keep an eye on Master Mike tonight as he makes his debut in CRL and in the Cup Series as a fill-in. Watch for him to possibly be a factor at some point throughout the race.
He was in the Triple Crown race that you just held, right? When I was part of that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He is gonna have a shot tonight. That's pretty interesting. All right.
Man, young guns, man.
Yeah.
Young guns, newbies, that's my route, man.
Yep. And looks like
Man.
qualifying is up here, so we should be going here very.
I guess I gotta
We
be
do
in
have
there
some
for
guys
the
for
old
every
guys
set of
then.
tracks.
Yep. We'll have to see it. I don't know who's gonna be dominant tonight. I pick two guys already that I think are gonna be fast as well, but I was trying to mix it up a little bit by not one of them, and that would be Super Shifter and LA Fatality. Both of them, I think, are gonna be quick as well.
Well, good thing I got him then. I got one of them.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Looks like we can make 22 laps tonight, so everybody keep that in mind. 22 laps, and tires are going to be crucial. So if you got sort of below 50%, like on your right side, it's using 2 seconds. Could be closer to a second, about a second to a lap. So when we have cautions, I expect for all the field to come down unless their tires are above 90% there. Because tires are a really big deal here. It gives you a lot of speed.
That it
Yeah,
does.
absolutely. You definitely want those fresh tires. Want that grip.
Well, I think one of the.
Track is
Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. You good?
I was going to say, I think one of the big things when you talk about tires here is, Auto Club being the sister track to Michigan. A lot of experience at Michigan, and it's if you don't have tires, there's an issue that happens with a lot of people on turn two. And as they're coming off of turn two, this is a really wide, deep track in the corners. It's not your normal super speedway. And there's a real big tendency for people to get running in there and get too low in the corner too quick. I think there's kind of there's a trick to driving these 2-milers with the lower banking and everything, and you've got to be up in the groove, and you've got to drive that thing deeper into the corner, I think, than a lot of times somebody you're comfortable with, because the corners are so deep. Because if you shorten up that exit coming off of turn two and you're anywhere near that yellow line and your tires are falling off, getting late into the run, 99 out of 100, you're going to spin that car around, and that back end's just going to come loose on you. So I totally agree with you guys there. Draft always imperative here on these 2-milers, but tires, who's going to take care of the tires the best, and the longest, so they're there at the end.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, too, tire wear will be a big factor just because also the track itself, and Train, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Auto Club has not been repaved since it first opened. So that's what's going to make this so interesting, is that this track is rough with the bumps on the back stretch, the long banked curve front stretch, and these high-speed corners. That's what's going to make this race very interesting. And these drivers are also going to be trying to force their way into the corners. And that's one thing we're going to have to also watch, is these guys are going to force almost 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide going into turn 1 and turn 2. And these drivers are going to try to come off of turn 2. And like Train was saying earlier, crash off turn two is going to be the hot spot, I believe. And I have to go 100% agree with him because these drivers are going to try to keep it 4 or 5 wide, and they're going to be door banging off each other the entire race.
Yeah,
Yeah, and a couple of these guys, they're going to find themselves, they're going to be on the bottom lane thinking everything's good, and then somehow somebody's going to weasel their way in below them, and they're going to end up on the top lane in about a half second and up in the wall. and probably end any chance at the win for them. I mean, we're going to see that a few times tonight, I feel like, and a couple broken hearts out there.
yeah, man. They're gonna feel that exit of turn two gets really narrow because you're going from this big, wide, spread out turn down to this little. When you put all those cars in there that want to fight for that lead, it turns little. But this track was built in 1997 and it has not been repaved. But I would like to give it a moment of silence because this track is no longer. It's the track has been ripped up and it is being built into a half mile now, so they can have more half-mile tracks. So this is one of my favorite tracks that's ever been on the schedule. Uh, I've always wanted to go to a race there, but never had a chance. But it's really sad to see this track go with its older surface that had such great racing. Makes me wish they picked a different track.
Yeah, unfortunately, it really did. But it'll be a missed track for sure. I think what lacked was the attendance rate was going downhill because people just thought that the racing just wasn't as good at Auto Club.
Yeah, when Jimmy Johnson wins it as many times as he does, it kind of gets a little boring. Even though he's California's golden boy son, it's uh, it's a great racetrack, and it's sad to see it go, unfortunately.
Yeah, anytime you got a 2 miler where these cars are ripping over 200 miles an hour, I'm not going to complain about the level of racing. Like I said, this is the sister track to what is literally, 15 minutes in my backyard, the track where I grew up watching NASCAR. I didn't just watch NASCAR. I watched Indy. We saw them, practice F1 cars out there and kart and all that stuff, over the years. So I don't know how anybody can say, that the level of competition between one, the drivers, and two, the track, and then you throw that variable in there, like you guys have been talking about the track surface and everything and how it dictates a completely different pace of the race as, say Michigan, where, Michigan not too long ago has been repaved. Almost identical as far as, statistics go and everything, but when it comes to the way that track treats your car, night and day difference there. So it's going to be fun to watch, but this track's definitely going to be missed.
Yes, it will. That going to be very unique when they change it to a half mile, though. I don't. What's the project timeline on that? When is that supposed to be the first race?
I think it's supposed to be done by 20 or next year. Is that right?
Yeah,
Or-
supposedly.
So the next gen cars will get to
Yeah.
be on it next year then.
Supposedly supposed to be ready for next year, but I am going to make a prediction here that it's not going to be ready, unfortunately, for next year, depending from the little Tweety birds I've been hearing in the news. So
I
Yeah,
don't
because they haven't
expect.
even broke ground on it yet. I don't think.
they
Have they?
have broke ground. The old track has been ripped up. The
I
Auto Club
haven't. I,
Speedway
Oh, okay.
is no
Here's
longer
the thing. I
there.
haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen any updates as far as that goes, which I'm kind of shocked that NASCAR hasn't provided any updates. Usually, whenever there's big projects going on at these tracks, they usually provide some updates. I haven't seen nothing.
I think Mr. Penske is keeping it kind of hush hush. You know
That
how he
surprised me
kind of
there.
rolls there. He likes to keep stuff
Wait
hush
for it to get
hush.
done and then just reveal it.
Yeah,
Right.
he makes it big, just like how he took over was it IndyCar, how that happened. He was very hush hush about it until the day it was announced, and boom, the whole world was shocked. So
I think that was a great thing for him to take that over, though. I mean,
yeah,
that's
very much.
definitely a positive.
Yeah. So
Well, I will
I
say.
think
Go ahead.
yeah, I think it's just hush hush for now. So we'll see. They'll obviously announce it by the end of this season. They'll say, hey, it's in the schedule or it's not in the schedule because we're gonna get the schedule. So we'll know if
Hmm.
it's on there or not. Then
We should
that'll
be getting
give
that
us our
schedule here in the next couple months too. They've been pretty good releasing it, uh, like Bill, middle of July to early August.
yeah. Yeah, delays because of just track delays and delays because
And
of
all
COVID.
COVID.
You don't know
Well,
if it's gonna get done with
yeah, I was just gonna say, if you look at the cost inflation on building materials and everything right now, there's a reason the whole housing market's pretty much froze. Nobody's building because nobody can afford to. Yeah, are these inflation issues gonna cause an issue with the track as far as development goes? Is there going to be an issue with them getting materials? So I don't know. I think if they put it on the track for the next season, it's going to be a bold challenge. I mean, because there's a lot of different variables out there that they're not going to be able to control. And if they can't make it, what happens then? If it's on the track or it's on the schedule, the track isn't ready. Um, then we've got some bigger issues for NASCAR and
yeah,
everything.
but
But
they have a great advantage being they're on Cherry Lane. Now, if you've ever been on Cherry Lane, it's a beautiful street. They're on it's not Cherry Lane, Cherry Avenue in Fontana, California. It's a very good street. They're not gonna have problems getting to and from the racetrack like they did at what was the last track they were
Nashville.
at? At Nashville. They're having a lot of traffic problems. They're not going to have this here. They have a lot of good infrastructure there. So I think that we're not going to have a traffic problem. It's going to be about what's the racing like. That's going to be the story here. Is the racing and they should have great concessions and stuff there for the fans and great comfort for the fans because I'm pretty sure they're going to have shaded grandstands.
oh wow, nice.
And guess what I'm hearing here from Race Control? We are about to go green here, folks. So we'll get the invite to go in here, and we will
Yeah, so I
see
saw
the green flag.
the front row for tonight's race is actually Tyler Cubs. The top 10 is Tyler Cubs, Super Shifter, LA Fatality, Chevy Man, Deuce Row, Cowboys Nation, Chase Dreamer, Off Road, Jay Grant, and they loaded in. I did not get 10th. But that's your top 9
What we
for
got?
tonight. We
Well,
got
you got exactly half the field then because we got 18 cars taking the green flag. That is going to be pretty fun on this track, I think. Wow, that's good.
Man,
Good
18
size field here
cars.
for Auto Club.
One thing before this
Jeez.
starts is to look out for is they are starting a pit signal because we're not doing mics anymore. We're doing it like the real racing, so you're not going to be able to tell when people are pitting. So what they're doing is they're having a car go way down onto the apron on the backstretch to signal they're going to pit lane.
So we're going to have to watch for that up here in the booth even. If these cars dip below for a good 3 seconds on that backstretch, then that's going to be our goal to know they're going to be pitting that time.
Yep, and here we go. Coming to the line to take the green flag.
Boogity,
Tyler
boogity,
Cubs
boo.
is
Let's
Super
go
Shifter.
racing at Auto Club.
All right. Get up to speed, and as you guys said, they'll be pushing over 200 miles an hour down this back straightaway. Already 4 wide for about 4th there. Oh, we already got a crash. We already got a crash in the mid-pack. It's a big one, too.
Under caution already early on in this race.
And they got too greedy into turn 1, and I'm sure they all got together and they're like, I want as many spots as I can on this restart because you can go from last to first on these restarts if you do it right. Because you'll notice all these guys are gonna go a little bit high coming into turn 1, and they'll dip way down low to get this car cruising.
It's hard to say. Are they going to be backing down? Are we going under caution or?
Wow, it looks like we're staying
Yeah, it
green.
looks like we were staying green with.
I mean, I think everybody got settled out, but wow, I cannot believe a couple
That's-
cars didn't go around there.
So we got LA Fatality
Okay.
and Super Shifter up front.
Well, I can tell you, these guys are glad it stayed green because I would hate that to be the one to figure out who would have been the leader there. They went across the line about
3
4 or
wide.
5 wide on that lap. Yeah.
Thank God for timing systems.
Hey, for
Yeah.
real.
Imagine them back in the day. They had to eye that. That's why it
Oh
took
my
them
God.
2 days to figure out who won the Daytona 500 on the first one.
I would have not liked to have been a part of that process. They probably got no
They had to
sleep.
get photos from the spectators. And actually somebody in the stands recorded it on one of those old where you had to like rotate the camera to
The
actually
camera
have it
film.
run. Yeah, and they had a perfect angle of it, and they had to analyze that. I watched the whole documentary on that. It was amazing. But God, Super Shifter out in the lead now. Chevy Man in second, Cowboy third.
I liked what Chevy Man did right there, going into turn one there. He let off the throttle, he got out of the gas early, and he let Super Shifter get the hotter run in. And as they went down in turn two, he was able to get a better run on that bottom corner. There's going to be 3 wide coming off turn 4.
Oh, they're looking to go 4 wide.
4 wide, maybe?
Oh wow!
Stick one
We got-
more in there. Let's go 5, boys. We got room. Bring
And
it
they
in.
did it too. God.
Chase Streamer's
Oh.
like, hey man, let me be a part of this.
Yep. I've seen many a time 5 wide here at Auto Club, and on one occasion we've actually seen 6 wide. One down on the apron under that white line or yellow line, but it's just a single. It's a suggestion, not a rule. But yeah, they came off
Yep.
of turn 4 6 wide, and they held that damn thing all the way through turn 2 almost.
Man,
Yeah,
I
we
will
might
say,
see something similar tonight. way
But
it's going.
the level of racing at this track is not entertaining. You know, I'm sorry, 200 miles an hour and 5 wide. Hell yeah, let's get it.
well,
Yep.
what I'm saying is, which is awesome, is that we've not seen yet one person really dominate, even though we're early in the laps here. But we have not seen one person pull away. They've been side by side almost every single lap. Maybe would be a different driver, but man, they've been sticking right there, door to door.
Yeah, I think it's going to take until the at least the second half of the tire run to see any kind of driver pull away here with all this draft and the way it's going right now. I mean, this is just on normal draft. Imagine this on high draft. This
Yeah, no, thank you.
this is insane. Yeah,
I'll pass.
yeah,
it's
that worked good for your Charlotte race we had. I don't know about here. Oh,
Well, right now I think the run here is favoring the cars on the outside. Always, takes off that little bit of extra wear that comes with running that bottom line, trying to stick it down there a little bit harder on those tires. So we're not seeing a lot of it yet, but a few guys are already starting to get a little bit higher in the line as they work their way through the middle of each corner. So that's going
And
to be
Cowboy
something
Nation
to
being
watch.
one of them.
Yes, he is.
He did that on Super Shifter. Out of all people, he pulled the outside move on Super Shifter down in turn 3 and 4.
You'll notice.
fatality pushing Chevy down into the corner.
And that's going to be one
48
thing
car.
that we need to watch for going into this race is these runs. These drivers are not going to be wanting to take over the spot. They're going to be wanting to be patient. But the push, going into the corner, one driver's going to be letting off early and one's going to be wanting to drive in harder, and he ends up pushing the guy in front of him out ahead whenever he's not even ready for it.
3 wide again for the lead here.
3 wide, 4 wide. Let's go.
Yep, Cowboy's going to get
Cowboy's
up
like,
there. We
hold
know
up,
he'll
hold
go
up,
for
let's
it.
make this interesting.
He said there's enough for 4 or 5 more cars up in here. We're good.
Yeah,
He's
well,
probably yell-
get,
he's
when
probably
they get to
yelling at
that
his
narrow
teammate.
part when they get back on the track, and then those straightaways.
And Cowboy's like, hey, Chase, get your ass up here, let's go. Yeah, see, we're already seeing them trying that outside lane. I'm actually kind of shocked, honestly, to see that outside trying to take off here and towards the front of the field. I'd honestly expect that to happen towards the back and let these front guys kind of settle down on the bottom.
Four wide through 1. Has anybody told them this is like the 5th lap?
Only 5? God! I thought we've already watched like 20.
guys.
I feel like 20 laps have already gone by. This is madness. I'll tell you what, our viewers are getting a show for sure.
Yes, they are. All right, now they're trying to go single file once these tires start to wear with Super Shifter out in front, Chevy second. Fatality third, Cowboy fourth, and to round out the top 5, we actually got a battle between Tyler Cubs and Deuce Rowe.
Isn't Tyler making his debut after missing last week's Daytona 500?
Yeah, he's making his debut this season, that's for sure.
It's good to see him in top
He,
5.
Yeah, he won a couple races last season. He was pretty strong. So it's good to see him back, and I think he'll have a shot tonight. I actually didn't even think about him when I made my picks. He's going to be a threat tonight, I think, the way it's going right now.
Well, he started on the pole, so he started off good.
Yeah, and we're seeing some great competition right now. These guys have brought it this season, and I think week in and week out we're going to see 6, 7, 8 people that could win a race, at least.
I'm impressed with the size of the front pack. It's not a 2-car, tandem draft pulling away. It's not 3 or 4. I mean, we've
As much as they're staying single
7,
file,
8 cars.
they're still staying with each other.
Yeah, this is some great racing we're seeing.
Ooh, the way Chevy Man came down off the wall there in front of the 48, I think Cowboy's going to be changing his shorts on the first pit stop. Wow. That was tight.
Ooh.
Meanwhile,
And,
Tyler Cubs may have passed from like 4th to 2nd, passing 2 cars in one corner.
I want y'all to think about this too. This is the second Cup race of the season we're at Auto Club. For the final Cup race of the season, we'll be back here for the title at Auto Club. And they're already racing like this now. Just think what they're going to be doing at the end of the season.
Man.
Oh, yeah. When you got something on the line and you got something to be racing for other than just points this early in the year, yeah, that's going to get good.
Yeah, remind me to be back here for the championship race. I'll for sure be here. Front row seat, baby.
And
Absolutely.
what car of LA Fatality is showing up, man. I've seen some very impressive stuff from him. He is not scared to go where Cole told him not to. If you go there, you can get a huge run, but you're taking a risk. You just got to be really good with that throttle, but man, he is very impressive.
Yeah, throttle control. Let's see. Going to be huge on that.
And that one car, LA Fatality, coming to pit road.
Okay.
So what he's doing
Gotta
is he's
get a look
splitting
on
the
the
stage in
field.
half, it looks like, trying to get the best. That is what he's doing. He's splitting the stage in
Yeah,
half,
he's gonna split
trying
it.
to get the best tires he can.
Ooh.
That's smart.
Oh, and the 11 car takes another hard hit. He took one at Daytona on the inside wall coming to pit road, and he just took one here as well.
Man, I
Wow,
hate
that
to
was
see
a
it.
hard hit.
2 times
We
in a
talked
week.
about last week. I believe we were talking about it on the podcast, but the 11 car, he hit the inside wall, and it looked just like what happened here all those years ago with
Ooh,
Logano.
24
He
cars
just
to the
replicated
wall.
it right there.
Yep, Chevy Man just went up into the wall after contact from his teammate, Cowboy Nation.
Yeah,
And
it's really
JR
hard.
Grant's. Yep,
It's
and
really
Jay
hard
Grant
to-
just sucked him up.
Sorry, Storm. It's really
Oh, you
hard on this
too.
game because of the screen difference between these cars. You'll notice that they look clear, but on one screen they're not, and on one screen they are, and so they'll cut off their nose, and then there's a wreck. So it can be really hard in this game to get it to roll, but you got to think about that before you do stuff.
Right. And we're going to see King Keebs on pit road too this time by. Along with somebody else actually. Let's see who that was. Super Shifter on pit road. Our leader is now on pit road, guys.
Some more handling issues for the 24 coming off from turn 4 down in the grass. A lot of dirt kicking up there. He was able to get it back under control, but another big checkup for the 24. That's going to be costly.
We also saw the 6 of Deuce Row get in the wall last lap.
Yeah, and
some
I see
contact.
that 48 and that 48 and it looks like the 88 are both coming to pit lane this time. They both just signaled. So let's look at them. And the 3 car, I didn't see signal, but he's coming down to pit lane.
All right. We'll have to see if he keeps a spot there. I'm not sure if they're penalizing for that or if we're letting some audio cues be okay, but we'll see what happens here.
I did hear there was a penalty for it. I cannot remember what it is. I know I'm super helpful. but I believe there is a penalty.
Well, you told us there's a penalty. That's helpful enough.
Right?
Somebody in the field's getting a penalty.
Yep. Yep. So maybe the 3-car if they penalize him for it, unless he signaled before and we didn't possibly see it. But
Tyler
wow, that
Cub
penalty
staying
from the left car is
out. If I'm him, I'm really worried right now because I know those other cars, they have fresher tires and faster laps.
So Chevy man coming off turn 4 almost missed the commitment line. I saw him from Gator's point of view come off the corner, and he actually was on pit, coming towards pit road, and then swings the car out right, loses control, and has to come back down pit road just in the nick of time before the commitment line. So costly of a few seconds as this race goes on.
And look how that came out later. Look where that put Cubs in the standings there. He's farther back there. We don't know which cars have pitted and which cars haven't. I know the 48 car has, so I know and that 14 also has. So
Well, that one car is out in front right now that I know of. He should rotate out as possibly the leader.
he should
Yeah,
because
right
remember
now,
he is in
right
front
now,
of Cowboy.
Dustro is being scored as our leader, but he has not pitted yet. Let's find him here.
Yeah, because remember when I said he's trying to split the stage 50-50 to give himself the freshest tires, and it looks like it gave him quite the advantage here. Because if you can get in front of these guys, you can give them dirty air. You can pick exactly what your line is. You can go from the top to the bottom to the top into these corners, and it gives you a lot more speed, a lot more consistent laps, and you're not killing your tires much.
Well, in that time by, it was 9 to go for the 6-car Bistro, who has not pitted yet. We're waiting for unless he pitted early and we missed it. No, he is a lap ahead of the field, so he has not pitted yet. Okay, we're waiting for him.
He could be coming down this time or the next because he has to. And we see here there's multiple
he's signaling.
cars signaling. Yeah.
So the one car should take over the lead because he was in the front group whenever he peeled off. So that should be an advantage to him. He may have made the right call,
I think
boys.
He's been
Let's wait
losing
and see how
steam
things
because he's
cycle
got
through.
the older tires. So I think we're going to see these other 3 cars slowly catch him as we're seeing here. They're that 14, 3, and 48. They're teaming up. They're pushing each other, getting back to that leader, and to challenge him. It looks like they're just about
very
there.
interesting for sure. So the 6th car of Dustro finally on pit road. It's going to allow everybody to get back on the lead lap
That
here.
48 hit the wall.
48 just pounded the wall.
Yeah, if I'm in that one car, I'm breathing heavily, freaking out, and I'm nervous if I'm in that one car right now. That's where I don't want to be. That's where I get the most nervous, so.
Well, I would get nervous if I was him right now too, because you go from 2 cars in single file, then you see them split you both high and low, and that's a whole new story.
14 car, he really wants it. Looks like that 14 and 3 are not going to be challenging each other. They look like they've been pretty nice to each other. They know it's early in this race. Let's just keep these spots. 14 car to the lead. And that should be a super shifter, correct?
Yeah, super
Yes.
shifter out in front. Cubs right on his bumper. They're both trying to pull the draft. Well, actually, right now, the 6-car is still being scored as the leader.
I was about to say, the 6th car is actually still the leader right now.
Now
Yeah,
he can come
he
down
came
this
off
time.
The 6 is already pitted.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he
Wow.
I don't know if he maybe took 2 tires or something, but
Wow.
he is still the leader.
We'll watch and see here. I mean, he's holding the lead.
I
But it
think-
looks like he
I
might
think
be on
Storm
2.
is right. He took 2 tires to give himself an advantage because you see how he's struggling getting speed through these corners. Look how much those 2 cars are pulling away. That's showing that he does not have as much grip as these guys do. So I think Storm is right. He took 2 tires.
Still might gain him a couple spots at the end of this run. I don't know. It might work out for him.
It might, but
Exactly.
it is a gutsy call though, in my opinion, because it's Auto Club, it's hardware. Like, I don't care how close to the end of the stage you are. I'm going to take 4 just because I know I'm going to lose time with 2 tires.
It's like he's holding his own right this minute. He's losing a little bit of time to the leaders, but he's not falling off that bad.
Looks like the 14 just took over the lead now. So, Super Shifter is now your leader.
You see that one car, he's going with that dangerous lane. It can be fast. You see him, he's going low in 3 and 4, like even onto the apron. You do that 1 and 2, you're probably screwed. But in
Oh,
3
that's
and
game
4, you
over.
can get away with it.
Okay, I'm hearing some breaking news from our race chatter here, and it looks like Jay Grant is not in this race anymore. He did not lag out. We probably have one of the craziest stories so far of the year. It looks like his dog turned off his Xbox.
Oh
Denny
god.
Hamlin story right
Wow.
there, y'all.
So,
He got
there
Denny
we go.
Hamlin by his dog.
Yeah.
It's all right.
wow, I almost want to just, if he would still be on after the race, give him an interview for that.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
man. He's a
We've had
popular
one of our
guy
guys.
these days.
We've had one of our guys have his daughter come in and just turn the TV off by standing in front of him, and then he said, "Don't you dare!" and she just turned around and pushed the button.
All right.
And he was
Cool.
leader. And he was leader too.
One thing I want to point out here, look at these two cars when they're going into 1 and 2. I'll mention it when they come back around again, but when you see them, they're going to start high, and they are not going to go to as low as they can in the middle of the corner. They're waiting until they're about 3/4 to about 6, that's about 3/4 way through the corner, and then they're getting down into right down there snug in the corner, and then they're coming up just a little bit so they don't get loose on that bottom section. There's a bigger dip on the bottom there so they can get looser here. But I've been noticing they've been going lower later, and I think that's giving them more speed because they're riding that banking down and giving them a boost off the corner.
Tyler all over the back bumper of that 14 to Super Shifter. But yeah, I gotta say, if you got your kid turning off your TV or your Xbox mid-race, I mean, that's about time to go ahead and take them to Walmart and see if you can get some store clearance or some store credit for them. Because that is, I know that has to be infuriating. The pet too. Time to take him to the adoption center.
Oh man.
Wow.
I don't know. I want to know how the dog turned the Xbox off.
No, that is definitely a story that I would love to hear.
Hey, I bet he's got like sitting on the floor so the dog ran through the plug or something, or that dog's really smart and he's like, if he's playing that Xbox, I ain't getting no attention. So how do I get this thing turned off? And those pushes that little white thing right there.
No, it can happen. My cat did it to me before. If you've got the older ones with the little, sensitive touch button on the front of your Xbox, yeah,
all
apparently
it
it'll read it.
It's a light, and they put their paw to it. And
Yep, yep. She walked
Yeah.
right by it, man. Like her legs must have brushed it or something. She walked by it and shut mine off. I was so mad.
Well,
Man,
boys, we're
this
coming here on the
3 car.
final lap as we head towards the end of stage number 1 here at Auto Club Speedway.
Gives a bump
And-
to the 14, trying to get him to go up the track. It does not work.
Super Shifter's
See
going
if
to
he
take this
sticks it
stage.
here. Going low. Yep, and that 14 car Super Shifter wins stage 1 with Tyler Cubbs coming up second.
Wow.
The
what a
LA
job right
Fatality
there.
going to be third. Really impressive run for him early on. And I got to give Distro some credit. 2-tire pit stop right there at the end and comes out 4th in the stage. Very impressive run for that 6 car.
Yep.
And there's definitely a setup.
Kramer 5th, Cowboys 6th.
There's definitely a setup to run at this track. A lot of people will find if you lower your tape, your car will turn better. If you heighten your tape, you'll get better poles on the straightaways. So you're gonna have to pick do you want the turns to be better or do you want the straightaways to be better? Higher tire pressures give you a better run off the corners into these straightaways, better speed in the straightaways, but looser in the corners. So you're gonna have to pick what do you want in this car. What are you trying to do? I see a lot of adjustments happening during this race. We're going to see a lot of spin outs, I think.
Oh yeah, it's a lot you can do with the cars here. I mean, just like you said, you can keep the pressures low on the rights or go up on them, and it's all about what you want in that car, whether you're in a controller or a wheel. So many factors as we get ready to start this second stage, and they are off.
I'm kind of curious, starting off here, what happened to K-Rob as he's out of the race, seemed to be.
It's probably his turtle. His turtle did it.
Yeah.
He seems like a turtle
Story to that
guy.
too. All right, K-Rob has a turtle. Confirmed. Here, live on stream.
Yeah, if he doesn't, he better go buy one right now.
Well, Super Shifter is going to lead the first lap of the second stage as well, continuing where he started off in the first stage. But LA Fatality is there, making a run on that bottom lane, trying to take the lead from him. I think he's going to make it happen down here in 1 and 2. Wow, strong power move.
That was good.
I think we're going to see a big... Go ahead, Storm.
I don't know. It was a big run coming to his bumper as we head down the backstretch. Going turn 3, they're going to try to take it 2 wide for second place here. And Tower Cubs now down to the bottom for the lead.
Yeah, 3 car for the lead. He's like, nope, not second. I'm going for it all right here.
Oh,
Avenge King coming in the picture.
oh, there's the info on K-Rob. I guess he put something in your chat on the stream, but it said he's having issues with his internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So it wasn't a
again.
turtle. Wasn't the turtle. Man.
Nope. wasn't the turtle.
Spectrum. Yeah, my favorite. That's
You know, I don't think it's an issue with his internet. I was having problems getting into the race, and it's saying some kind of connection problem with the server, and I was like, what is this? So I bet when I got in here, it booted him out or something, and I apologize to him if I had any effect in that. But these servers are pretty fragile.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's just going to get worse as he gets closer to his new game. So we'll have to bear with it. And wow, that's 78 again. He's right here going for the lead. Avenge King. Where did he come from?
Now, I don't see that 10 car staying out. That 10 car is not going to be in the lead in 10 laps. All right, I say this because this track is a big track for short run and long run cars. That one car, he is burning through his equipment right now, and we're going to see the cars who save their stuff are going to make it to the end. The cars who are going to be burning it up, they're going to have spin outs, burning up a right front or a right rear, and they're going to have a lot of problems. So this track is a lot about saving your equipment and having the right setup to save your equipment as we go into turn 1.
Absolutely. And wow, thank y'all for tuning in as well. See y'all in there watching this race. We really appreciate it.
Fatality goes up for a big block on Tower Cubs heading down the backstretch, and that allowed the run to come to Super Shifter to take it 2 wide, and for a second was 3 wide, then Cubs backed out of that one.
Yeah, if I'm that lower line, I'm excited to see that 48 car and the 88 car in my mirror, because they need the help down there. It looks like those 2 cars actually go to the high side, so this is a lot about drafting here too, and we're going to see that whatever line is with the numbers, who that has the numbers is going to win with an obvious advantage to the inside lane if they can get a good turn in the corner.
Here comes Asphalt Gator. I guess he's just coming out of pit road right in front of the field.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is
they're
going to
check up.
Okay.
They're having to
all right,
scatter to get
disaster
around
averted
him.
here, I think.
Man, that was...
Fatality, he went for it and went past him and was able to pull on these other guys there for a minute.
Yeah, his best bet is stay on that high side, let these leaders go down low and get around him here.
Yeah, there's some not happy people about that one, I bet.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! That's
And
gonna be
now they're
something.
really not happy.
That's going to be something. Even if you have fresher tires, that's something you just don't let them do, is start seeing him kind of back off and let them have it. Because there's no reason for him to be even fighting right now. He's already going to be lapped down. You got 3 guys going 2-3 wide for a lead. That's just not something you let happen. And he just gave the lead up pretty much.
Yeah, the lap car is definitely going to be a story. That lap car could be a story in this race because of that. Definitely, there could be talk with him after the race for sure. There's going to be Evan talking to him saying, hey, what in Sam Elliott, where are you thinking?
And see, because he has those fresher tires, he's having these leaders are having issues trying to get around him, which I don't agree with. Even if you have fresher tires, it doesn't mean block. That means you give up the lane. And he's trying. I don't know what he's doing. He's got to really get on number one car's nerves because he is putting the block on the leader or on second place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
and I
I'm
can say, I mean, I think we've all been in this situation before, but I mean, the best thing to do is just stay on the non-dominant lane there and let him go. If at that point,
I don't like what he's doing, honestly. He's blocking
yeah,
second place, avoiding him from getting around him and going for the lead.
yeah, if I'm that 14 car, my hand up the window with that little bird flying out there and saying, "Hi, hi."
You're number one.
Oh no, that number one car is doing it to that bright pink 18 car is what's happening.
Yeah, he ain't
the one
happy.
is
He's-
definitely not giving him any room. He's passing him and trying to get in front of him. And oh, I thought the 18 was about to smack the wall there. He saves it, but a lot of these guys scatter low.
Well,
I've got to say that 8.
more patience than
Go ahead,
me
Cole.
because that 18, I would have held that for about a lap and a half. Then after that, not moving, I'd have helped moving.
Oh, super shifter got way out of
Yeah.
the groove in the middle of turn 3 and 4 there.
Yeah. Wow, look how quickly he loses spots too. Just like
Now-
that, he goes from first to 7th, 6th.
That 18 car, he had an adjustment in his pit stop, and he messed up. Look at that car; it's extremely loose, and it's having problems. All right, you see him come up a 2. You see he struggled there. The last time he came up a 2, he came down, hit another car, and it just no. You gotta be careful.
Well, for sure, whenever you're up in this lead pack.
14 is struggling with his car right now as well. I don't know if he's just making mistakes or if he is dealing with a handling issue, but
Remember
Meanwhile,
what I said.
my boy up here, the number one, is in the number one spot. And not for long as we have that number 48 car on the outside once again.
Cowboy said, "Who's in the number 1 spot?" Hold on a minute.
That belongs to
change
me, Mr. Former Daytona 500 champ.
Okay, where did that 48 car come from? All right, he came out of nowhere to get this lead, and I think it's because he's been saving his crap, man. These other guys, they've burned up their stuff. They've got nothing left in their car. They cannot get the car to handle. He's been saving his stuff all these laps, and he's like, just gonna get you guys a draft. I'm gonna stay calm back here. And then what do we get later in there? When I know you do not have a car to lead, I'm gonna take the lead from you, and I'm gonna pull away.
I like
got a
what,
car,
I like what he's
pit
doing
road.
on Cowboy Nation as I'm watching the string here. Going in turn 3, he's diving in deep, and he rides that white line about a quarter to about halfway, and then he starts coming up the track about halfway in the corner. He lets off the gas, and he lets it coast, and then he gets back on about halfway through the corner, and he starts moving up off that white line. A lot of drivers would also try to keep the cars a little bit lower and then start coming up off the white line about 3/4 of the way, where he is going about halfway and then starting to come up.
And you see there, that 48 car, he took that outside lane on 3 and 4, and his car stuck, and he kept with the leaders. But usually, if you're on that outside lane, you'll usually lose some time to those inside cars. But he's got so much left in that car, he can run that outside lane and still stay with them.
And to recap here, that 14 has already pitted. He is on the tail of the lead lap trying to get past the leaders here. We're waiting for everyone else to come down. We have 14 to go in this stage.
It's
So
funny how
14
we
took the pit early route. I think his car was falling off, like we said.
agreed, and I find it funny that we were just talking about him being up here with the lead pack, battling for the lead about 2 laps ago. And now he's back up towards the lead, but he's not the leader.
Yep. The 18's starting to hang with him too and handle a little bit better. Surprisingly, but I
Still good.
One was signaling for a pit stop, and the 18 thought he was going to help draft with him.
okay. Well, that
Yeah, I
that's
saw
not
that
good.
too.
Okay.
Yep, the
now
one
we're
car's
seeing
been
some
coming to pit
contact.
road. LA Fatality, pit road with
Yeah.
Chase right behind him.
I'll be damned. I don't know if they're teammates, but buddy, that's dedication. He went all the way underneath the yellow line to go with him to make sure he stayed.
He said, "Let's go, buddy. I'm here to draft with you." He's like, "Nah, man, I'm
And he's
pitting."
probably like, I'm trying to pit.
Back up, back up, back up.
You get back on the track. Go.
All right, we got that 12 car, Drake Jr. Nope, Drake Sr. My bad. Drake Sr. coming onto the track there.
I mean, it probably does make him feel good. You make him feel young when you call him Junior anyway, so it's all right.
All right. He felt really young last week, then, didn't he?
Yes, he did. All right, the 3 and the 78 come down as well.
And so is
now.
32 car
Now we're starting to see
of
it.
King Keebs is also on pit road, so we're going to start seeing these guys come down here in the next lap or two.
Yep, Keebler is getting his pit stop in right now.
You see, there's a big difference between how that 14 car was driving and that 18 car is driving. The 18 car was a nuisance on the track for those lead drivers. That 14 car, he's a lap down. He ain't a nuisance for these drivers. He's actually helping a lot of these drivers with the draft and stuff. So a big difference between two drivers here to see them. Keep that in mind. Friendships.
Yeah, having
will
this
be made.
draft right here. Yeah,
Just
for
like
the
Daytona.
48 and the 1. For the 48 and the 1 having the draft, they're actually going to probably be ahead of everyone that's pitting right now because they're keeping that draft with the 14.
Well, and here's the thing, that that one car is actually a lap down, battling the 14 for the free pass position.
Oh, okay.
The
So now the
48 car is
48
actually
is-
being shown as the leader.
Yes, he is. Okay, so the 48 has not pitted, but these two have. All right, so right now that's probably what's going to be the battle for the lead then once we cycle through the 14 and the 1.
I'm willing to bet that it is. Unless the 48 makes a move like the 6 did.
And that 48 really, really loves that outside lane, man. He is all over it, and I'm surprised. In my experience, I have a lot of Xfinity experience here. I would always take that bottom lane, but these Cup cars, they handle way differently. So the outside lane's viable.
So coming around, we're going to be coming to 8 to go this time by, with Cowboy Nation still scored as our leader.
Cole, what are you doing? Did you drink too much?
Nope, I'm keeping my eye on the 14 and the 48.
They got your memorized, eh?
and the one car is in there. It's like, you know, the 48 kind of employing a little bit of that same strategy he had last week. He sits back, he waits for it to kind of unfold and come to him. If
48
he slides
pit road this
back,
time.
he's sitting down on the bottom. He's picking them off one at a time, and I don't know, man. I'm feeling real good and confident about my pick here tonight. You guys see that storm coming in from the west or from the east? I wouldn't hold on to anything metal. There's a
Nah,
real
we got
good
that.
Well,
shot
remember
of
who
that.
picked him first. Just remember who picked him first, okay?
Yeah.
No, you gotta
Uh-huh.
hang on to this one here. This one, I don't know.
Oh,
It's
it's all
still a
good.
crapshoot, but these guys are putting on a hell of a race.
Well, good. Just don't worry about your little storm, because my Hurricane is coming in with fatalities with that number 1 car later on. So your storm's no match for my big old Hurricane.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Here we go.
I'm glad I
Guess
don't
what,
live in the
guys? We're
trailer
seeing
head.
that the 48 took 2 tires. 48 took 2.
He was
Man,
smart.
that's
He watched
risky.
the
Going to be in
60 the
front of
same
them for a
thing.
little bit at least.
And if you notice, that 48 car, I'm actually not going to say what I'm about to say because I'm completely revealing his strategy. So we're going to hold back from what I just said there until the end of the race when I interview him because I think
Yeah,
he's
so-
going to be up there.
So the 48 now has 48% left on his left front with 50% left on his left rear. So yeah, he did
Yeah,
take a 2-tire
That's
stop.
plenty to make it to the end as well.
See, and that's
But
another
the question
benefit of
is-
saving like he did earlier too. He wasn't just out there like some of these guys running the rubber off that thing. Not only did saving help him, outlast them for a few laps, but it also conserved the tires on the left side to make for a faster pit stop. So I mean, solid strategy all the way around. I mean, I'm liking this pick. I'm telling you.
Man, I was worried there for a second, Cole, man, with those big sunglasses you always wear. I was wondering if you were sleeping or you drank too much. And you're actually paying attention.
I am in depth right now, man.
Oh yeah,
Well, we may have us a
that was
battle.
on point.
The
And
6 car is now the leader.
yeah,
So he
the
also
six
took
took
2
two.
tires.
He got more of a lead somehow though. I don't know how, but he's in front of all these guys by a little bit. That's a good shot for him. We
That
don't
was
have any
a
laps left.
impressive call.
He is
48 was probably thinking, all right, you know what? I saw this car do it. I'm going to do the same thing. And then now he's like, well, hold up now. I didn't expect him to do the same thing twice.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
and
you
he's
can
making up some
make
time
it.
on pit road too.
You could actually make it in this stage without taking any tires. It'll be very close. You're gonna have a very loose car. You'll have to tighten it up during the pit stop, but you could make it without taking tires. So that could have been what that 6 car did. Up in the air.
Possibly.
Man, that's
I mean,
gutsy.
Nah, I saw him come down pit road, so I know he took at least 2. Unless he didn't
Well,
take
he
any at
could
all
have
and took
taken
gas
fuel
only.
Yeah, that's what he could have done. And we're coming to 3 to go this time. I mean, I think the 14 is going to catch the 48 before we finish this stage, but the 6 car is in a good position to steal a stage win here.
And that 48 car, you see him, he is desperate for time, man. He's using everything. He's going down on the apron in 3 and 4, and he's coming all the way up the track. He's using every inch of the racetrack, trying to get as much time as he can, as much momentum on the straightaways.
Oh yeah, he's bombing it down into the middle of those corners, man. He's got a full send right now. He's on it.
Man, this is definitely an honorable send away for Auto Club Motor Speedway, man. This is a Auto Club Speedway. This is definitely a good farewell tour.
Oh, absolutely. We've had some amazing side-by-side racing for lap after lap, 3 wide, 4 wide, hell, 5 wide, and now we're seeing a little bit of strategy come into play. These guys working that pit road a little bit, and we've still got a stage 3 to go here. So I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything. What the hell is going to happen in the 3rd stage? We don't know. But I hope it keeps up the way it is. Surprise me with stage 3. We've had competitive racing. We've had fuel saving and tire saving. Now let's just see it flat out here in stage 3 as we get there and let the boys go cut it loose.
Now, do you think going into stage 3 we're going to see any saving of the fuel to make it to the end, or you think they're going to go balls to the walls, saying, hell with it, I've got enough, and let's just go?
I think we're going to see both. I think we're going to see a few jump the gun at the start, and they're going to take off like a bat out of hell and try and put a gap between them and the rest of the field, and then force that field to make it up as they start to, get that tire fall off a little bit. On the other side, I think we're going to see the majority kind of sit back, try and shape it up, get into a single file line, start ticking these laps away, for the 3rd and final stage, and everybody just trying to stay on pace, stay on the lead lap, and make sure that they're there at the end to try and make a push for it.
All right, guys, we're coming to the line for the end of stage 1. Here is Dustro coming out of turn 2. He won the Xfinity race last week. So
yeah, and he's coming out to the line right now.
And he's going to get himself a Cup Series stage win right here.
Wow, what an impressive talent we're seeing of Dustro right now. Coming off that Xfinity win at Daytona. I mean, he is showing some strength right now. What a call.
Yeah, man, and I'm really proud of him to bring that 6 car more pride. Mark Martin gave it tons and tons of great wins and years, and now to see him in it doing good is very comforting to me as a Mark Martin fan.
Yeah, and to recap here, we got Dustro winning it, Cowboy 2nd, Super Shifter 3rd, LA Fatality 4th, Tyler Cubs 5th, Chase Dreamer finishes 6th, Drake 7th, King Keeps 8th, Avenge King 9th, and Party rounds out the top 10 for stage 2.
Man, I know who I'm looking at for tomorrow. I know who I'm scared of.
Oh, guys, we made it to 2 stages. I feel good about y'all's picks.
I'm feeling good.
Right.
I'm solid, man. I think the 48 has learned everything he needed to about these cars. He saw what the strategy was on the 6 there on that last stop and how he jumped out there in front of him. I think he makes the right corrections here in stage 3. And I think he's gonna have something set up to kind of combat that. So, yep, feeling good with the 48.
Looks like we just lost Mike. He is out of the race, unfortunately. Bad crash into the infield care center, you know. End of the race for him, bad day.
Hate to see that as he was a sub in for his first inaugural race with CRL and filling in for good old Heathen there. So I hate to see that for his day to end early.
We'll give you an
Oh,
update
oh,
after
The
the race.
12 car. 12 car is trying to quickly figure out his life. He is all over the middle of the track causing chaos.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
this is a
boy.
mess right now. Okay, we got a crash.
He got
Yeah,
the
Drake
48.
Sr.
Caution out.
I do not hear any caution yet. Look there. There is a caution at the line. Caution at the line. So
Manual
it's
at the
a
line.
race.
Okay.
The race to the line right now, and it looks like Super Citrus got it. I see LA Fatality darting it into one. You see he's getting that inside lane. They're trying to get that first spot because it's crucial here at Auto Club.
Yep, coming through 3 and 4 side by side to the line. It's going to be
Exciting.
close. Tyler is going to give the draft to the 14, though, so that'll probably, that seals.
And Fatality's
lead
gonna get
to-
second there.
And that
just
3
barely.
car gets second, and that 1 car falls to third on the restart.
I just want to mention, too, while we're under caution, condolences to Heathen and his family. Heathen lost a close friend here. I believe it was either last night or this morning, so thoughts and prayers with him. And that is why we have a sub-driver tonight for him as well. So, yeah, condolences to his family and everything.
Well, boys, I think it's been a good race so far. This is our first caution of the night. It comes here early on in stage 3. Guys, though, you think we're done with cautions? We've had a pretty clean race so far, but as we head on to the end of this race, I think we're going to see a few more fly before we see that checkered flag fly.
Oh, I think it's going to get chippy. They're going to start jockeying for a position even harder right now. And I think things are going to start getting a little chippy about halfway point to the end. So I'm just looking for the level to step up now. Just a gradual increase.
And if a car's back right now, I am taking 2 tires. We did not run very many laps on these tires. So 2 tires for me to get back to the front of the field because you're not going to have that much wear off. So I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure what just happened to the 1 car here, but he's up in the fence.
Maybe controller died.
Oh, it's a good time to happen under caution instead of under green, that's for sure.
Let's hope so, because that's my driver, man.
Oh, that'd have been a whole different story we're talking about.
That 1 car, he's just sending out some invites.
It would have
to
turned
get
into a
everybody
caution if it
together.
happened.
So he had to get onto that Xbox and send out some invites. That's why he was up on the fence.
Okay.
Okay.
Here he comes back to his spot. It looks like he got that second position from Tyler Cubs.
I was about to say, coming to the line, it looked like that he edged him out just barely. And whenever you said that Tyler got him, like, I don't know about that.
It was so
Yeah, they probably had
close.
to-
It
Look at
was. Yeah, it looks like.
Well, we are seeing a red flag here.
What's going on,
Okay.
man?
Oh, looks like we got some debris on turn 4. Somebody hit somebody. We got a little bit of debris and oil on the track, so we're gonna have to wait for the track crew to clean that up. Beautiful day here. We have 122,000 fans virtually in attendance in those grandstands over there. So we have grandstands on the back stretch, grandstands on the front stretch. The front stretch one's a little bit nicer. Don't ask me how I know. But yeah, we got it's a packed house here, and it's an exciting day.
This is something
Super
I've actually
shifter over
never
here,
seen
like, hey,
before.
you guys don't get too far in front of me. I'm the leader here, y'all.
Honestly, this is something I've never
you
seen
didn't
in,
do that.
in league racing. Is a red flag.
They need to be careful here because there is a time limit to finish this race. If any of you have been in a Heat 5 lobby, you'll notice if you guys have anything like this, you'll see that the race will end early. You'll see a clock start ticking down, and you're gonna go, "Well, I'm 3 laps from finishing the race. I can't finish in that time." And then it's gonna make it a very controversial end. And you see these guys are all peeking forward because if you roll backwards or if you stay in the same spot for too long, you will lag out or you'll get kicked out. If you stay in the same spot, you can get... Sorry, I was hearing stuff from
Yeah,
race
this-
control. They were asking for me. My bad, guys.
I'm
So
just
if you
watching
just-
what's going on between the 3, the 78, and the 1 car because it looks like the 1 has established himself, but the 3, it's kind of got some words for the 78 because he's no, I'm second. No, screw you, I'm second.
Yeah, if I'm that one car, I'm over there. I got that bird out the window saying, "You're number 1," just like Cole said.
We call
Get me
that
the
the
butt.
Michigan salute. Number
And,
1 in your
four-
program.
Here comes that
number
14
one in
car.
your
He's like,
hearts.
nah, hold up. I'm the leader, guys. I don't know who y'all thinking.
I think we're rolling here again,
Back
folks.
under the yellow flag here.
I hope I got that oil dry swept up. That shit gets slick.
Yeah,
You know, it'd be a
man,
lot
it's-
easier if we could see the virtual guys out there working on it, but you know they're kind of invisible. So
Just wait till we go through that invisible speedy drive. It's gonna be awesome. These guys gonna be slipping and sliding all over the place.
no, I actually can see the speedy dry. You can't see that.
Man,
It's the great.
right
It's
there.
the gray
Shit.
spot on the track.
Yeah.
They
It
blew,
looks
some,
like that
they blew
happened
some sawdust in my eyes, so I'm blind. Okay.
Now,
All right, now
they're
we're
gonna
seeing some
open
pit stops with
road.
it's 34 to go at the line when they cross it here on pit road. So we should restart with about 32 to go, I believe. And that will be I believe, one pit stop only required after that.
Remember what I said? Mike left the race? No, it looks like that oil came from his car and they did not catch until that restart and they saw those cars slipping and sliding and they're like, wait a second. We need to take care of that before we go green again.
That's a good thing they
get
got
this
it
taken
done,
care of.
I believe it was just a couple patches of flex tape. And my God, the 18 causing all kinds of chaos down there on pit road. Jesus, Murphy.
I think there need to
We
be
hit
a,
about 15 cars there.
I don't know.
One
who's in
thing
the-
else I also
Oh my
noticed,
God.
the 32. The 32 is going to be our leader. He took 2 tires.
Ooh, that
Man,
14 car just about around.
I don't know if I would have done that, honestly. We still
I
got
believe
enough.
the 11 might have done something like that as well.
We have enough laps in this
well-
race. It's too early to be taking a 2 tires call, in my opinion.
You know, I don't
Four
know. 'Cause
tires
you're
are
gonna
gonna
have to
benefit.
stop one more time, and that could be the reverse strategy. Is on the last stop, take 2 tires. So, do you pick up that time taking 2 tires on the second to last to go? Drop 4 newbies on there for the last run, and just burn those suckers off.
It's not a bad strategy there either.
I mean, for the thought.
You
I
did
wanna
come up with a
call
good
you out
point.
there. You're having a lot of echo there on your side, man.
And 24 just took a hard right into the outside wall there on the back stretch, so now he's going to have a lot of damage. He
How's
went
that?
nose first.
Yeah, and did I say
Okay.
I picked the
I think we're
24?
okay.
No, I meant the
Let's go back to
No,
the
the
first of the
14.
stream. You want to
Yeah, yeah.
rewind the stream back and we can catch that?
Yeah, let's
well, I
go
get my
back to our
ones and my
picks for the
twos
race.
confused sometimes. Yeah. See, I meant the 14. I was thinking the 14 when I said the 24. You know, so
The 1 and the 2, you know, yeah.
yeah.
And well, my pick was out of the race because of a little dog he decided to shut him down. So I know my pick's out. So what happened with all of your guys' picks?
Man, my pick is still up towards the front, buddy. I still got to make
Yeah.
the hurricane happen here.
Looks like I'm
Well,
starting
even if I-
6.
Even if my pick finishes dead last for who's left, it still is going to beat yours there, Train, because yours got beat by a dog, unfortunately.
Hey, I love dogs, man. It's okay. Still love them. But I might be selling them to a witch.
Well, damn, he called his shot last week and was wrong. This week, his guy, you know, quote unquote, got took out
Was
by
wrong
the dog.
again.
I mean,
Hey,
maybe it
you're
wasn't
two-
the dog.
You're
Maybe
2 for
he just
2
didn't
on
want the
losses here,
voodoo.
man.
He didn't want the voodoo that comes with you picking him.
Got a damn
Yeah.
hellhound for the pet.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go into
next
turn
week,
3. We're gonna be restarting this time by
next week
that
at
48 car.
Homestead, you're gonna have to figure something
Feeling
out.
out
Like,
that
you're
new
2 for 2.
speedy drive there.
Yeah, and we are about to go back rolling here, folks. It's going to be 32 to go when we go green.
Oh man, close it up, close it up, close it up, close it up.
Yeah, that 48 car needs to get up to the bumper.
Close it up, 14-2. 14's got to
Keys and
close it up.
fatality.
Tighten it up, tighten it up.
24 is flying up there trying to catch him too, and we are green.
Yeah, he is.
I
He's
thought-
going to be at max speed by the time they get to turn 1. Jesus.
I thought he might be pulling a Kyle Busch. Just zoom by right on the outside.
I'm going to go against you here, Storm. I think 2 tires on that stop was the way to go if you're back in the field. If you're in the front of the field, take 4. But if you're where that 32 car was, you take 2 tires, you're going to get an advantage from it, I believe.
Yeah,
I
we
think
should-
he's gonna
let's
be
see.
all right.
I think my
He leads the
Hurricane's
lead
going to
here,
strike. I think it's getting ready to make landfall here. We're closing in on the last of the
32
race
car
here.
on the apron. Oh, man, that makes
Ooh,
me
he almost
cringe.
made that work too.
I think this hurricane's going to
Wow.
turn into a tropical depression. Because don't look now, boys, but here comes the 48. He's a charging, and he's got help with the 14.
Yeah, but is he using up his stuff too early? That's the question.
No,
Eh.
he's in the draft, and he's on the high line. The path of least resistance, brother, and he is running it right now.
Man, not before
That 32
landfall.
car.
We're just now gaining strength.
There's the 14 of Super Shifter. He's not going to ride. He wants the lead. He knows it's go time. He
And
can't
I-
quite make it work there on the bottom, but he's still right there.
And that's what the 48 wants to see. Go ahead, boys. Swerve back and forth. Get side to side. Burn that rubber up. I'm just going to sit up here and ride.
Yeah, patience is definitely going to be a good story in this race. I agree with you, Cole. Just being out front there, not behind anybody, you're going to burn up those tires more. You have more downforce on those front tires. You're gonna burn them up more. You know, hey, he's out in the lead, so I can't say that much, I guess.
Well, Fatality just got sucked up to the black hole in the middle here. And if you don't think
Quickly
the black
drops
hole
back
exists at only plate tracks, then you're wrong, because it can also happen here at these bigger tracks like Michigan and Auto Club. There is a black hole that does exist. And LA Fatality found it.
Don't look now. The 3 car is trying to take the lead, but there was some contact in the 48. I don't know how that didn't shoot the 48 up the track. He must have been turning down into him at the exact same moment.
You know, I think that 48 car is trying to force that 3 car low going into the corner to give him less run there. And it's very effective if you can force somebody to have less room and force them to a bad line, then you're going to have a better outcome. So I think that's what we're seeing here.
Wow, and even with all this 3 and 4 wide and swapping positions, these guys are running their best laps of the race right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta
You can
say,
see the aggression's coming out.
And that outside just flew by. We saw Cowboy Nation take that inside, and he ended up falling all the way back.
Yeah, Cole, I'm sorry to say, but looks like your guy has no friends up there. 'Cause nobody's
But that's
going
what we
with
said
it.
last week, too. We said he didn't have any friends last week, and look what happened. He didn't need any
Yeah.
friends.
He's going to find a way here, I think. But right now, that 78 keeps impressing me right now. I don't know if he's got more of a short run car. We saw that last stage, but I think he's got something here as well. Slight bit of lag from the 1 there. Looks like it's settled down as we see the 14 of Super Shifter retake the lead with Tyler Cupps fighting him. That's a replay of stage 1.
That 14 car's got it, but does he have the long run got it? You know, is he got it for the long run, or is he going to be falling back later in this run?
And for some guys, the way they drive this track, a long run is 6 or 7 laps. I mean, they're either falling way off the pace at the end of the run, or they are praying to the yellow flag that multiple cautions come out.
It looks like we got a car in the grass, so the 24 car has hit another car, and we've got a wreck, and it's wrecking all over the place here behind the leaders. 32 car, 11 car is in it. We are having an in-game caution now.
First in-game of the night, I believe, right?
Yep, first in game and second overall caution.
That put Super Shifter in first, Tyler Cubs in second, Adventures King in third, Cowboy Nation in fourth, LA Fatality fifth, Chase Dreamer sixth, Deuce Row seventh, Shadow eighth, Party ninth, Drake 10th, bringing up the last of that top 10 right now.
We're going to get him re-rolled and get it back under green here with about 25 to go or so.
I'm going to call it now. Somebody's going to forget to push A and they're not going to pit. I'm calling it now.
Oh, it looks like I think everyone's good now.
It looks like we're all good. Nobody forgot.
I would have taken that bet with you this late stages of the race.
Whoa!
We got a car missing the shift.
24 again around. Wow, he's having a rough night.
2 car, 88, 24 again. Oh man, these poor guys.
I think this time they stayed green, but we should have a caution at the line since it was a 3-car incident here.
I do not hear any caution yet, but I will keep you updated.
All right, waiting to see what they do here.
Two car about to go to
get
turn
one.
3.
14. Yeah, the 14's going to hold it if the caution's out. Oh!
Another wreck there. It looks like they're all slowing down, though.
Caution.
Yep, manual caution is out. That is with 22 to go. So now this brings it into the fuel window. I believe they can make it from here if they pit.
Yes, they can. They could have actually probably made it the last one. But if people were planning on the last stop, I don't see anybody coming in. If they're like, all right, I can make it, because they're going to save a lot of gas here on this caution. So everybody can make it right now. I believe they took gas on the last stop, a full tank.
I tell you though, if I'm sitting 10th or worse right now, at least I would be coming to pit road. But other than that, yeah, I think that's the best call, just to stay out of the leader.
If I'm behind, I'm gonna go get some freshies. I've got on the pit stall, might as well use them. Maybe gives me an advantage towards the end of the race when these guys are getting really loose cars. You have a slightly looser car, I guess. That's how you'd say it. So yeah, I'd agree with you.
The leaders decided to come, and they all come, and that I don't think. Yep, everybody is gonna go. Okay.
Which is a really good call, I think, in my opinion. Even with them getting inside that fuel window, that's going to be a great benefit coming to the end of this race. Getting 4 freshies, getting fueled up, and racing to the end.
Yeah, it would not surprise me, though, if somebody takes 2 here at this situation.
All right, let's see what these cars do, and they're all jumbled up on pit lane.
Good God, NASCAR's gonna have something to say about that. Look at the 18. What an asshole! Wow.
He backed up and hit him again.
Complete
All right, the
disregard
32
for
again
the rest
takes
of the
2.
field.
Okay, the 18 took 2. The 32 and the 18. Ooh, this is going to get interesting. The front row is going to be on 2 tires.
Whoa!
And I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal
because
because we didn't run enough laps for it to really hurt these guys taking 2 tires, in my opinion. I know Storm will probably disagree with me over there, but I haven't been right this whole race. So let's hope I'm right this time.
Right, but what
Well, you
we're
ain't going to be
struggling
right
with
about
here
who's
for
going
you
to win
is
this race, though.
the struggle is being right at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, these cars, they can go green this whole time. And now, you need to set up your car in this pit stop for a long run car. You're going to get your wedge up a little bit, you're going to drop those tire pressures, make sure this car is nice and sturdy, because you know, when you get to that 20th lap, that car is going to be so insanely loose.
Oh, we're going to see a lot of guys, I think, the last lap or 2 kind of dirt tracking it through the corners. If they're going to go to the end here, yeah, those tires are going to be like butter.
20 laps exact. That's... Ooh. I still think this restart is going to get intense because we're going to have 32 and the 18, and we're going to have the guys behind them wanting to get out in front as quick as they can. All right, looks like a lot of people stayed to the bottom, but several of them went to the top as well. Remember, we got the choose rule here in CRL. And again, thank you everyone for
that
tuning
11
in.
car
We got
just
20 to
pounded
go.
that 18,
Oh.
and that 2 car ended up into it. It looks like
I'm not
that
sure
brings
what
out
just
an
happened there.
in-game caution, possibly the way those cars jolted. Nope, no in-game caution. That's my bad.
It looked like it for a second, but yeah. All right,
So it
everybody
sounds like they're
getting
gonna
lined
go.
back up.
Sounds like they're gonna go around one more time to do some repairs, possibly, but we'll see.
I'm
If
sure a
the
lot of these
restart's
guys
being
are liking
waved
that,
off.
not having to run. That extra lap will help them on tires, so I know that's a sigh of relief for some of these guys that don't feel like they have a great long run car.
Yeah, who comes down again though? Because I'm sure they have the option to come down again, but they're gonna lose all their position. So who's gonna come down and say, you know what? I want these fresh air tires just by a freaking lap.
Yeah, I think some of the guys in the back will. We'll have to watch it here.
A 24 car, we got that 88 car, the 11 car. Surprised to see that 2 not to come down with him having damage. Possible damage on that last wreck. Under caution even. Well, Storm, do you think we can green all the rest of the way?
Man, I don't think so. I don't think we're done. Like you stated earlier, we're going to see these guys get dicey here at Auto Club. They're going to start going. I think we're going to see a little bit more 3 and 4 wide. For sure, if we keep on having more caution, we're going to see the guys go 3 and 4 wide. Start chancing it as they go into turn 1, trying to win it on that restart to get that early advantage out front.
What do you think, Cole?
The good old lap counter says that we're going to be under caution probably at least 2 or 3 more times, I think, with my good old little McNugget for the night. I think we're going to see at least 2 more cautions.
Yeah, I think two's the magic number. I was just gonna throw out there because this is definitely gonna get chippy at the end. Yeah, we've already seen 4 wide, 5 wide, and Jesus, that was the first stage of the race. So it's just gonna keep turning up as we get closer to it, and yeah, these guys aren't gonna start giving an inch. They're gonna hold their lines. They're gonna stick it down in there. They're gonna dive bomb to try and get the run. So yeah,
we are going green right now.
They're gonna start banging.
Green flag is back out. Inside line gets a great jump there. The 14 gives a huge push to the 32 and immediately tries to take the lead heading into 1. All right, kind of pushes him up the track there. I don't know if the 32 is going to appreciate that too much. We see the 14 take the lead.
Almost 4 wide coming off of turn 1.
The 18 car is looking a little sketchy there again, man. There's some people not happy with him once again after that coming out of turn 2 there.
Dude, he is shopping lanes like he's got a baby mama at every checkout lane at Target. What is...
Yes, he is.
Wow. I've never heard that one.
Yeah, I've never heard anything close to that.
You know, I got faith in these guys. I think we can go the rest of the way under green. I know y'all are going to disagree with me. And then the 32 car into the wall. He's bouncing around, hits 48, and he's going to go straight to the back.
Gets out of the way there.
Yeah, it's a good battle for the
you
lead
see a
right
battle
here.
for the lead. Yeah. LA Fatality on that back bumper of the 14 of Super Shifter.
Come on, Fatality. Let's go. Let's bring in some landfall.
That one car is following him like he's got candy or something. Hey, I'd be running after him too, man. Maybe he's got a Snickers. Man, I want that Snickers.
He said he's hungry, and he's not the same when he's hungry.
Alright, damn it. I'd have got picked up then because if they said Snickers, I'd have went for it. Son of a bitch.
Hey, never turn down a Snickers.
Hell no.
Nah, you ain't. You're not you and you're hungry.
Well,
I think I gotta say, Storm may have been right here. That 32 and 18 car, they took 2 tires. They're holding position. They are struggling more than the other guys, though, so I think they've been dealing with a little bit looser race car.
yeah, I mean, they definitely gained a few spots, though, doing that, so not a bad move at all.
Oh, 44
we
car,
see-
24 car to the wall off the 12.
Oh, boy. Another
That's
crash
around,
for the
caution
3-4,
at
and
the
the
line.
11's involved again.
14 car get it, so then LA Fatality with Cowboy Nation behind him. And the 3 had Tyler Cubs. He got that 4th spot with the 18 in 5th and the 32 in 6th.
Oh, see,
Well,
here we go. Here we go. My
as,
pick's going to be the inside of row 2. It's going to get good.
Well, as they say in
All right,
pool,
now the
rack 'em
question
up,
is,
boys.
do you pit?
If I'm back at the back of the pack, I'm pitting for sure. You have nothing to lose. I think it could make the difference here. That Fat Freshie, it definitely could make a difference.
Yeah, as we'll pit, probably.
Now, if I'm in the
We have-
back pitting, I'm going to crank my wedge way down, and I'm actually, it's going to sound stupid, I'm going to take some tape off of that car so I can get that car flying through the center of that corner.
Yeah, right now we have 14 to go, and I mean, if the trend's been going, we're going to restart with about 12 remaining, and that definitely leaves quite a few laps you can make the tires work. So
It
as
looks
we see,
like-
I think everyone's going to pit.
Everybody's
field's
coming
gonna come,
down,
looks
yes.
I
They
mean,
want
I don't
them
blame them,
tires.
honestly.
Boy, does
yeah,
everybody
4
want them
freshies.
tires.
You want these tires for the better of the run.
Hey, but who's going to take 2 again? I know that 32 and 18 probably aren't wanting to see here, though.
If they take 2 again, I'd be shocked because then, of course, this game, it doesn't let you pick left or right side, so you automatically get right side tire, and I would assume they'd probably take 4 tires this time.
I have to agree with you this time, Storm.
And 48 car is going to be taking 4 tires.
Call, wake up.
Whoa! I'm watching the pit road. Holy
Gosh.
shit! The 48 looked like he had it. Then there was about 5 other cars that were like coming at the same time. Wow!
Why that sounds so much like Clinton Boy right there, man.
I'm so glad I woke him up. That was so entertaining.
Oh, I wasn't asleep. I was sitting there. I changed my camera. I was peeking around. I was peeking around the first L and the 18 again.
All right, what's our 2 tire calls looking like? I don't see.
I don't see him.
I don't
man.
think
Anything,
anyone tried that this time. I think we're
Yeah.
all on a clean slate for this restart. Now it's going to be interesting is what lane are you going to pick now? As you know, everybody is on fresh tires. Now you go kind of where your car handles the best, and obviously the bottom gets the better jump, but if you like the top, you might want to go there now.
Yeah, I'm not scared of this top lane when I come here, because if you're going into that turn, you start high, you work your way low, and you snap the inside of that corner. If you can get the room and you can snap the inside of that corner coming out of 2, you can get a huge run down the back stretch. And so my pick would be the top lane, and I try to make something work if I'm in that 3rd or 4th spot, because I know those first 2 are going to take the bottom. So
All right, choose rule right here.
Yeah, that's not a bad call either. I think. Whoa!
Wow,
Whoa,
what
they-
the hell was that?
We had some people switching last minute there, and there was all kinds of calamity going on. I don't know who's going to be where here. I know.
I think Cowboys
All
on
right,
the
it looks
bottom.
like
They're gonna let him have his spot back. He's like, you best know it. I'm getting my spot back.
Uh-huh.
sounds like the one
The
car
one
got
car
went to the rear.
penalized.
Wow.
Yeah, he changed his lane after the start finish line. That is the call.
Man.
Oh.
It's alright, we still got time. He's fast. He'll get it done.
Yeah, it's definitely not over for him. He's shown he has a very fast, short run car, and I think he can get up there pretty quick.
Well, and these cautions have shown that we're nowhere near done either.
Oh no, I don't think the caution's done, especially with that one car back in the pack. He is going to be cruising for a bruising, pushing through this pack.
He's
All
probably
right,
pulling like a
coming
lightning
around
McQueen
for the green
ka-chow
flag.
as he passes every car.
Good job.
Tongue hanging out the window.
That 14 car's probably
All
like,
right.
hey, come on, push me.
If I'm in that
Oh,
48
Oh,
car,
I don't
I
know.
got
He's
birdie
not
up
worried
the window.
about the 18 car pushing.
In the restart zone, and we are green. Great restart for both these guys. 48 noses ahead. 3-car Tyler Cubs gets a good run going down to the corner.
And Tyler Cup gets that inside lane. Nope, he doesn't.
Ooh, looked like that 48 thought about jumping up trying to block that run, but then he saw the 3 coming and said, oh, God, I got to get back.
That
Having to
3
block
car's been
both
rough.
lanes here, trying to, but
That 3-car Cubs has
14's
been
making that outside
strong
work.
all night long.
Yeah, if I want to be with that 48 car, as he's got the into the 14 car going up the track. That gives 14 the advantage.
Cowboy tries the crossover, can't quite get there, and now he has to fight with the 3 to keep that second spot.
I think
We're
Cowboy
3,
may
4 wide, mid-pack, 5 wide, 6 wide.
Told you it was going to happen.
Well,
Oh,
guess
God.
who was right there in the mix of it? Good old LA fatality.
Woo, and they kept it together.
And I'm seeing some Ford versus Chevy here at the front between that 48, 3, and 14.
Oh, this is getting good.
Good move by the 3-car, stick up there with his Chevy teammate.
Now, see, last week we saw something like this. The 48 got the lead with just, laps to go and didn't give it up. Yeah, we might be seeing it again here. I mean, he that might have just been the heat check right there. He pulled out by himself, got along to 14, got by the 14 where he could have cleared him, and then got it back into line a little bit. And, look like the one. Oh, your boy, LA Fatality, sliding out of turn 2 down in the inside on the backstretch. Good save there by
He
the
saved
one.
it.
Yes, he
He
did.
saved it, but boy, did he lose some momentum. But that was a hell of a save.
That 48 car just gave up. Cowboy Nation gave up that inside line. I would have been blocking there, but I think he's got another plan. It's like he thinks it's going to go a little bit longer, and I think he's saving his stuff.
I think he
Well,
might
it's
be
8
right.
to go now. So it is getting down to crunch time here. Everybody giving it their all.
8 laps is a lot of time. You can do a lot of damage to your car if you're really throwing it into those corners. And you cannot have it by that 8th lap. So I think we're still, I'd still be in the saving mode here. Saving my tires, saving my equipment. But still pushing, obviously, but not slamming those corners as hard as I can. Quite.
Here comes Dustro in that 6-car on the top lane. Our stage 2 winner.
Yeah, he's got a nice run coming through turn 1 on the top side there. That should set him up good on the backstretch. Another
This
little
row has
heat
for
check
sure
there
been-
for the 48.
Distro has been the quiet one that we haven't talked much about, but then he comes in at the shining moment to make something happen. So him running third, we haven't talked about him much until it comes down to the very end of the stages, and then he's one to talk about right here at the end of the race. Once again, he's right here in the mix.
And it is right here. We are closing in to the finish.
Look
we
at the
have 6
run.
laps remaining. Wow.
That 3 car had a
Everyone watching.
surprise.
Yeah, everyone watching here, we're going to talk to our top 5 after this race, so stick around for that. And we'll also talk to one guy that we'll decide on here that does not finish in the top 5. Not sure who that is yet.
I've got
a lot
my
of
pick for that
stories
one
today.
already.
Wow, look at the 48. Look at the 48 trying to hold off the charge on
God,
the outside.
what a run. Dustro had the move on the bottom there and completely got blocked by the 48. had to really get out of the gas and get out throttle there.
I think Dusro found a teammate then 48. He knows that 48's good. I'd be thinking, I know he could win this race. If I stick with him, I follow him. If he can win the race,
I don't know.
I can win
Ford
the race if I
teammate.
stick with him.
He knows that 14 is a Ford, though. Is he going to go with the manufacturer?
I don't know.
Like I said earlier, just no friends there in the 14 car. In the 48 car, pardon.
He's sitting up there. He's not in a bad spot right now. He's got some work in front of him to get around, but he's not in a bad position, especially with the 3 behind him. If they do decide to get a little chippy and go manufacturer, I'll take the 3 to push.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think that 48's still saving. I think he's waiting for that last lap.
As we come around,
Yeah,
we'll be hitting 3
yeah,
to
the
go.
way he's coming up.
This time.
The way he's coming up through the middle of 3 and 4 like that, definitely lifting on the throttle.
Oh, he gets the bump.
Alright, there's no manuals anymore, so it has to be on the game. So when he crashes, there's no manual call for him unless the game calls it.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
and now we're coming to 2 to go when we hit the line. The 14's trying to break that draft from the rest of these guys, but now they all pair up on the top side. That's what they're going to need to do if they're going to want to get back to him.
Yeah, if I was the 14, there's 3 cars back there lined up behind me. Whatever I do to break the draft isn't really going to matter at this point. I need to be looking through my windshield and running these last 2 laps just as hard as I can because these guys are coming.
Yeah, I think turn 1 and 2 are going to be the key here at the end of the race. How much time can you make up in that corner? That is the big corner on this track, 1 and 2. That's where you make up your time. That's where the times are separated. Turn 3 and 4, a little bit easier to
Oh,
get
and a
there.
bobble by the 14. He gets off the wall down low. It's like he stayed in the throttle, though. Didn't lose a whole lot of time.
Here we go through 3 and 4.
And we're coming to the white flag.
There they go, boys. Last lap here of white flag presented by Credit One Bank. With Super Shifter
Cowboys
out
trying
front,
to get that draft.
with Cowboy Nation second, Power Cubs third, and Juice Row fourth as we head down in turn 1 for the final time.
And look at that 88 car. He's up there in 5th. We haven't seen him up here all day.
Down the backstretch, 14's looking good, but the 3 is giving a shot to the 48. Will there be enough of a run? 48's going to have to send it here.
Last corners, do they use the bumpers?
I don't know if it's going to be enough. The 14 goes through 3 and 4.
Coming out of turn 4, the 14 car,
Solid.
Super Shifter, solid day, solid run. Super Shifter is going to
Wins
take
it.
the win here at Auto Club in
Wins
the
it in
CRL.
California here. Auto Club
Montana.
Speedway.
Motor Speedway.
Wow, what a precursor to what we're going to see in our championship race here in March. That's, wow. That was a hell of a
good.
race from these guys.
That was
Shifter winning
good.
stage 1, winning the race.
The Chase Dreamer comes out with a top 5.
All right, so we're going to hear from our top 5. And remember, guys, we're going to hear from one other person. What is the consensus on that?
I go with the dog in the Xbox, man.
Jake,
Yeah,
we can see if
yeah.
we can
Let's
get a
get
hold
the
of him.
story from that. Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
gotta
see if
find
we
that
can
out.
get a hold of him. If he's still online, I'm going to invite him. I don't know if he's online. Let me see if we can get a hold of him. Let's get our top 5 in here, and then we'll try to get a hold of Grant. And if we can't, do we have a backup? Who do y'all want to hear otherwise?
Ooh.
Let's see.
Yeah.
We can talk to SBGA Chevy Man to see what he had going on up there. He had to have
Yeah,
a rough night.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's
Let's
get
see.
everybody in here. All right, getting our top guys in here. We got Cowboy, we got our winner Super Shifter. We got to get Tyler Cubs in here if we can find him here. There he is. All right, Deuce Row and Chase Dreamer. If one of you guys can get Deuce Rowe, we're still trying to find him on the list here. And then we can try to get a hold of
JR.
Grant or Chevy.
Well, we had an exciting race, guys. This was quite a big deal here at Fontana Motor Speedway. Very exciting. Came down to a lot of caution at the end, but we were all picking for that. That Cole was picking that 48 car, and he showed a lot of speed, but quite did not get it at the end, unfortunately for him. But great race. A lot of 5 wide racing. Kind of impressive.
Yeah, huge run by Super Shifter there in the end to hold off that charge because the 48 had the 3 behind him pushing, and he was still able to fight that off and stay up there. So that was an impressive run by the 14 tonight.
Yes, it was. All right, well, I think we got everybody in here. Let's go ahead and we'll start from the bottom tonight and work our way up. We can start with our extra interview here, Mr. Jay Grant. Once again, we got him last week. We hear him again this week for an entirely different reason.
What kind of dog
know
is
the
it? How big of a hole did you have to dig?
All right.
Yeah, that still, I mean, you seem to be having a good run to start with, Grant, before all that, and just want to talk to you about that. I know that had to have been a surprise. Yeah, did you know what happened right at first? Right, I mean, did you see him do that, or did you just happen to look over it right after it happened and not know what the hell happened?
Yeah, man, you had a great
Absolutely.
run at the front there. I just want to mention one thing. You were my pick to win this race. Now, I'm wondering if I should stop picking you because I picked you last race too and you lost again. So, am I a bad luck charm for you, my man? Yes, sir, man. Here we got the conductor. Bringing it on here. Sorry, I had to.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
no, it's all right. Stick with it.
I mean, at least we know he was probably getting off anyway because he said the fiance got woke up, and he said that's never a good thing.
Yeah.
You kind of felt like in the voice there, it was like I was shutting that thing off in the next 5 minutes anyway. So we're
It was
good.
either going to be the dog shutting it off or the fiance shutting it off. So. Oh yeah,
Man.
congrats by the way. That's awesome.
I bought mine an Xbox.
All right, let's move on to our 5th place finisher.
Yes. Thank you, Grant, for the interview. Oh, and make sure everyone that we talked to here, our top 5 here, make sure you all got your audio included. Just want to double check. And yeah, no problem, Grant. That's all right. I mean, I understand. And yeah, if anybody missed what Grant was saying there, he just basically was talking about his adventure with the dog, and
His cowboy,
He's got a wedding
it was the
coming up too.
nose. The
So
nose got the button, not the paw.
yeah,
That's the highlight of that. The nose guy, he was
yep,
lifting his
the
bathroom, and
nose.
the nose pushed the button.
If he'd have used
Yep.
the paw, I'd have been talking to the fiance after that. I feel like she might have had something to do with it.
I agree. Well, I think you're on
Teaching the
right
dog
track.
how to.
She's gonna teach that dog how to turn that Xbox off on command, and you're gonna be in trouble.
She'd be like, "Don't blame me. It's the dog. I mean, I can't control him."
But you do.
All right. Well, thank you, Grant, and I guess we'll move on to Chase Streamer here. Our top 5 finish tonight for him. Go ahead. If one of y'all want to get him, if you want to.
Now he was new to the field tonight, was he not?
No,
Yes.
I know.
No. Sorry.
I know
I
it
am
looked like
zooming
it
out.
He
at some
won.
times, but hey,
Sweet.
you know, yeah, we won the truck race on a fuel saver.
Hey Chase, this is B Train here. Man, you got a good race there. We saw you throughout the race. That 88 car had some really bad luck with some cautions at the end there. It looks like you really got beat up. You want to talk about that?
I mean, some of it was my doing. I was driving over my head and stuff, but we had a good first clean stage, and the second stage was clean, and the third stage everybody was just driving aggressively. You know, that's what it is sometimes, just trying to get as many positions as you can. And on one of the restarts, I misshift and spun myself out, and I think the 2 car out and the 24, but we managed to get back up there. And the 88 was fast on that, I felt like, but I didn't think I had enough. I don't think I had enough to get up with them boys because they were on a whole new zip code. But you know, it's always a momentum boost to take a 5th place finish, and we're gonna go on tomorrow and try to see if we can win the Xfinity race.
All right, man. It sounds good. It sounds like you got some text messages and calls to make. Make some apologies there. Good luck to you on that, my man.
Yeah, man, I definitely gotta get on that. You know, I gotta keep everybody happy. So I appreciate it, man.
Those are important. Don't forget them. It really helps the race and makes sure everybody trusts you. Let's go ahead and move on to our 4th place finisher.
10-4.
That is Deuce Row.
Hey,
I got you.
my man.
Another awesome run for you, and winning stage 2 as well. Man, you're showing some speed right here, dude.
Yeah, it's, the Castrol Ford Mustang ran pretty good today. Went the wrong way on a pit adjustment there, the next to last pit stop, but backed it up and didn't have anything for the leaders or probably even second place, but happy to be in the lead pack, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. See if we can go back to back in the Xfinity.
Oh, I have no doubts you'll be fast up there, man.
Yeah, you surprised a lot of us up here in the booth tonight. It was amazing to watch you come up through the field and then just show that spectacular type of pit stop, taking 2 tire stop and make yourself shine up in the front, like you said. So, big congrats to you on making your way up through the field. And
Actually, in the second stage there, I hit no tires.
I called it. I called it. He did. I call it. I called it.
I don't know how you were still running those.
All
last
right,
time
write
with
it
no
down.
tires.
Train
Wow.
was right about something. Hold on.
You guys
All
should
right.
have known. You guys should have known from my
Hold on,
finish.
Trey,
I'm going to do some crazy things. I'll do no tires. I'll do 2 tires. I'll do whatever everybody else isn't doing and see if it works. Most of the time it
Hey,
doesn't,
that's
but
the right strategy.
I've got lucky a couple weeks in a row here.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you have.
But good win for Super Shifter. I think he definitely had to class the field there at the end. I think Cowboy, if he could have got up to him, rattled his cage, he might have been able to do something. But the Super Shifter had a fast car.
Absolutely, and man, like you said, just keep doing what you're doing. You're reeling in these wins, top 5s. I mean, I think you're surprising a lot of people this season, and hope the good runs continue for you.
Yes, sir. Well, hopefully, a couple more weeks ago, there won't be any surprises anymore. be used to it.
I know. I know. I mean, we had the guys we knew about going in that were going to be quick. I mean, and I don't think many people really knew how quick you were going to be. I know it's shocking us up here, and I mean,
I told you
it's
last
amazing
week.
to see.
I
I
told you
love
last
it.
week after the Xfinity race that the Auto Club is one of my better tracks. So you
Yeah.
guys will learn to listen to me sometime. Thanks a
Yeah, I
lot,
think
guys.
we need to start doing that. Yes. Yes, thank you,
Yep.
man, and good luck.
Yep. Have a good
Yep.
one, guys.
All right, and let's move
All
on to
right.
our third place finisher here.
Tyler Cubs.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What's going on,
Man,
Making
Tyler?
your
Not
You
too
showed
much.
a.
Yep.
All right, who's doing the interview here? Somebody pick.
Hey, let me get this one, man.
All right, get it, Storm. Get it,
I
Storm.
just gotta say, good run on your first race back there, Tyler, in the CRL. That was
I
you were
was
fast.
there last week. Lagged out.
Oh well,
Oh,
I guess you weren't really.
I lagged out.
Say it.
Yeah,
that's probably why.
that's probably why we didn't remember.
Wait, so you didn't go unnoticed, but you kind of did.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, no, I called him out during the race. I called him out.
Yeah, you called out
Hey,
one
he
time.
wasn't unnoticed in this one though.
No,
So
you were
don't,
not. So, man, congrats on such a solid top five finish tonight, man. We actually didn't really have like we knew you were gonna be a factor in this race, but you start off on the pole, you got the field going good at the very beginning, and you actually hung in for most of the race. And then you had a couple issues later on in stage two, but then you rallied back. Had a stronger car right there at the end, made it to the ground you needed to, and came back. And I thought you were going to win the race right there at the end. You had a shot a couple times, but then you let that 48 rail your cage there. You just couldn't get around him for that second place or to get around him to battle a super shifter there. So, take us through your outlook of the race, man.
Yeah, the short run car for the qualifying was really good, but my long run setup just was tight, and then loose. So I don't know what I could have really done different. Should have probably gone with a one preset higher with a 7, but I did the best I could. I don't care for Auto Club. It's not one of my favorite tracks, so hopefully Phoenix or Las Vegas is next. Those are like one of my favorites, so I'm okay with a third place, but I want to win, so
Well,
we're
I
waiting
do
for that
want to
one.
ask you this. You were right there on the 48th bumper coming to the line, or even getting to the white flag, and I saw you setting them up. I'm like, is he going to use the bumper? I have to know. Were you going to use it? If you could get to the 48, did you try to get second place there?
Nah, I'm cool with Cowboy. I don't really care that much. It's only one position, only 1 point. We got time throughout the season. I'll let him have it. Later in the season, though, you already know.
Later season, it's coming. You best know it. All right, man. Well, good job tonight on top five and finishing third, and good luck next week at Homestead.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good run, Tyler. Yes, sir. Yep. Look forward to seeing you back in the car. All right. Cole, I think you probably want to talk to Cowboy then, considering you picked him.
Well, he almost made me look like a damn genius again tonight. I'll tell you that. Hell of a setup, hell of a run on the 48 tonight. Cowboy towards the end there looked like we had a couple of Chevys taking on the 14, and at the end coming out of 4, it looked like the 3 was going to line up behind you. And did you think you were going to have enough to get there to make the run, or was the fall off coming out of turn 2 just too much to overcome, even with some help?
I think me and Super Shifter was like even. It's just me and a 6 we had touch on the straightaway, and that's what allowed him to break the draft from us. And then from there, I gained a 10th in, and then like lose a 10th off or whatever. So we didn't. I think he beat me by like 3 tenths, and that's what it was the whole time. It stayed 3 tenths, so I couldn't gain and I didn't lose anything. But um, overall, I was just buying my time. I really needed a long run. I feel like I can get him on a long run, but we only had like what 10 laps to go at the end when we went back restarting. So I mean, from the restart. So if it went for that, if it, I think I could have been able to get to him. Maybe I could, maybe I couldn't, but I feel like I had a better long run car than a short run car. I was really hustling the car early on to keep the positions and stuff like that and stay in contention because I just knew it was a short run, but I really wanted the long run, but it is what it is. I take second for this week. It was great racing with them. Pit strategy, I did a good pit strategy in stage two. But yeah, man, it was a good race overall. Tyler racing with Tyler Deuce, Super Shifter. It was Chase, there's a couple other people up there. I seen Party a couple times too. So yeah, it was a good race. There was a lot of people there. The 70. What is it? Is it 78? I think it's
Yeah,
Avenge or something
78.
like that. Yeah, he was there too. So we was all. It was just good racing all overall. Whoever broke the draft was the person who really pretty much got away. So, and that's what happened at the end. So, congrats.
Well, not a bad place to finish off the second week. You start the season 1-2.
Mhm.
The points has got to be putting a smile on your face.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing like I did last year. I'm trying to get those extra 15 points going into the playoffs. So, um,
Consistency.
yeah, I'm trying to 100% just like run, take away with the points lead and get a couple wins and get a stage wins and everything, so I can have like a huge points lead going into the first round. So even if I do have like a disconnect somewhere, I got a buffer. So try my hardest to keep it up there.
Well, there we go, man. It's the man with the plan, Cowboy Nation 024. He is going to be your second place finisher tonight. Hell of a run, sir. Congrats.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, Cowboy, good job again tonight, dude. Look forward to seeing what you got this season, man. You're looking quick. Every race you run so far, so I know the field's paying attention.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Good luck. Rest. Are you gonna be running any this week? I know you said you're part time, so you gonna
Yeah,
be
man,
in the field
I
tomorrow?
I
Or?
love Auto Club. I'm probably gonna be in both of them, the trucks and
Awesome.
Xfinity.
All right. Hell yeah, good to hear. All right, brother.
Yes,
Good luck.
yes, sir. Y'all take care. Appreciate it.
All right, you too. That'll bring us to our winner, Super Shifter. Got it done. All right, so the cup win is out of the way, and I'm sure there'll be many more. But talk us through your night there, and what did I mean? Was the car what you wanted, or do you feel like you left something on the table there at all? I mean, it didn't look like it from my perspective, but I know you always feel like you get more out of it. Also, just yeah, just talk us through the battle with the guys tonight and everything.
Oh, the car was great. I could have used more turn in the middle. That's where I would lose most time. I would start to slide out right as I entered the middle of the corner. And I just knew that in order to win the race, you would have to break the draft. And that's what I've done in that final stage. And you just keep on breaking the draft. You never let second place get behind you.
Hmm.
And when you're running
That's
with other people, take the high side.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, we saw you zigzagging, breaking that draft. You did a great job of it. I think that's what helped you hold on there at the end in front of Cowboy. I mean, because like he said, he couldn't really lose, but couldn't gain on you either. So
Well,
Oh,
that's
it
was
interesting to hear him say he was sliding in the middle of the corners because I was going to ask him, was it handling and grip letting him make huge runs through the corner, or was it horsepower on the exit that was giving him the staying power? But obviously, it was horsepower coming off because this 14 car was ridiculous at times. He had 3 cars lined up behind him on the outside, and he was still holding them off. Going through the corners and stuff. And he did that for a good 2-3 laps before they actually got to him and started the challenge. So, impressive setup, for the 14 tonight.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. That was amazing. I mean, just your ability to be able to do that. And we said it. I mean, we know you're going to be a threat this year, so you're showing it now, and you're going to continue to show it. We already know, and just looking forward to seeing what you can do, man. How many wins you're going to get, we don't know yet, but I'm sure we'll be doing this a lot. So good luck and on the rest of your season, and yeah, time to celebrate.
oh yeah, thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Well, what a race that we saw. Awesome racing. I mean, that I think that exceeded Daytona even though Daytona was an awesome week. We're starting it off strong here. We saw tons of lead changes. The draft played a big factor. Side by side racing. You called it earlier, Cole. We're six wide at one point.
Just ridiculous anywhere else. But again, these corners are so damn deep and wide. I mean, you got so much room, and then you've got the bottom apron going through the front stretch. So it's there. If you got a group that can do it, you're good.
Yep.
Well,
And we still got 2 more races here.
Yeah, that and we're off to Homestead next week, man. Going to Miami, Florida. It's gonna be a fun one next week.
We got Homestead next week, huh? Okay.
I think it's gonna be a very interesting races. You have to know Homestead's one of those tracks where you have to know how to run that high side. That high side's gonna be the factor, I believe, come next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Always is out there for sure.
Yeah, the top line there is definitely the fastest way around the track, but it's a little bit of an art form to try and run that high line without brushing that wall, because that track's tough. Coming off a 2 and 4, you might have a hell of a run, but I mean, it kind of the same thing with Michigan and Auto Club as it is there. The exit off of 2 and 4, if you're not right on, I mean, it can be a tough one to come off of after you start getting those tires worn down. It's same situation, but a whole different story to deal with. So yeah, Homestead's always interesting.
Yeah, and definitely looking forward to seeing what they can do next week there. And I mean, like I said, the rest of this week, I mean, what we already saw in the Cup cars, I think we're going to see just as good racing tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern in Xfinity, and then we bring it to trucks for some Friday night racing there under the lights, 10:30 Eastern. And looking forward to all that. And of course, we got the podcast. Most likely this week, we're still figuring out that with what's going on with Heathen here, but we'll update you on that as the week progresses. We, as always, thank everyone for tuning in. We had a good amount of viewers tonight. That was great to see. Thank y'all for the support, as always, and thanks to everyone here in the booth. Again, we all did a hell of a job calling this race. Thank you to Train and Storm and Cole, and
yes, sir.
Again, this has been an amazing race to cover. Very action packed. Calling it for you, all of us, and Three Flashes. We really appreciate it from the CRL network. We will see y'all tomorrow night. And I believe Party will be in the booth with us tomorrow night. And Train, you're going to be on the track, right?
Yeah, man, they should be looking out for me tomorrow, man. I'm the master of disaster in Xfinity Cars app.
I'm glad you said disaster, because I don't know how it's gonna go.
Hey,
I'm gonna pull for you anyway.
that's the only thing I heard out of that whole thing you said.
Disaster.
Wait, hey, you're gonna see tomorrow, buddy. You gonna see tomorrow.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
we'll see that 6 flag, and it's going to end up in a failure of a disaster.
Oh,
Now, see, he's gonna try to be the 7th wide car, and then we're gonna
be
run
the
out of
one
room.
trying to go 7 wide.
Hey, I'm really on winning
That's
tomorrow.
right, it goes south.
You just see, I'm winning tomorrow.
Famous
Okay.
last words.
I guess you gotta back it up. You gotta back it up now.
Oh yeah, I am. Oh, you
He must
forgot,
forgot.
boys.
He must forgot I was gonna be in the field tomorrow.
Oh, I ain't worried about you. I already know how to get these cars to go fast.
Let's see it.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Already predicting the win. Train, let's see what happens. This is going to be fun. I'm sure going to have some fun calling it tomorrow night. And make sure you guys tune in. Again, thanks to everyone here in the booth. And from the CRL Network, y'all have a good night. And check us out tomorrow for the debut of Train and the race at Auto Club, 9:30 Eastern. Good night, y'all.